What's your problem? What's your problem? I don't get what your problem is.
Hi, my name is Jason.
And I'm Kaylin.
Welcome to What's Your Problem, where we discuss current issues in distance learning and education. Hey, Kaylin.
Yeah.
Why'd the microphone lose its job?
Why?
Because you got bad feedback. You want another one?
Sure.
What kind of feedback do you give a building? Constructive. One more?
Sure.
All right. What will you get if you give a Snickers bar to the guy who sang the song Loser?
I have no idea.
Feedback. That's right, this episode is all about feedback. Feedback is instrumental in instilling a sense of achievement and motivation in students. Adam's here with more on feedback's role in online courses.
Thanks, Jason. You know, every time I have a conversation about providing quality feedback, I'm reminded of the time I asked a friend of mine to help me finish my basement. He was a skilled contractor who I knew did good work and, as a favor to me, would charge substantially less than any outside service, but I was also excited to get the basement done and was disappointed that my project was not always a top priority for him. When I finally asked him what was taking him so long, he told me, "I offer 3 services, good, fast, and cheap. You can pick any 2. I was clearly getting good work done for cheap, so it wasn't going to be fast. I could have had it done for fast and cheap, but it wouldn't have been good, or I could have had it done good and fast, but it probably wouldn't have been cheap. It's seemingly impossible to accomplish all 3. I think the same problem is often true of feedback. As educators, we all know the important role that quality feedback plays in student success, and research has clearly shown us that in order for feedback to be truly effective, it should be timely, specific, and personal. But it often seems impossible to do all 3. So, Jason and Kaylin, what are some effective ways to provide quality feedback that is timely, specific, and personal to students in our distance learning courses? Is it even possible to do all 3?
Thanks, Adam. Our first solution has always been an important factor in feedback, but it's becoming increasingly more important as technology becomes more integrated into our daily routines. Think about the last text message, Facebook message, or email you sent or replied to. In most cases, we expect or want the person we are interacting with to reply within 5 minutes. The same goes for instructor feedback on student work. A quick turnaround providing how well a student did on an assignment can affect their overall grade in a course. There have been numerous studies conducted on providing feedback and the best practice for doing so in the classroom. One publication for the Association of Supervision and Curriculum Development, written by Brian Goodwin and Kirsten Miller, cites several of these studies. They state that students won't learn much from feedback provided more than a week after completion. They've already moved on. On the other hand, a student's problem-solving skill could be hurt from feedback consistently provided too quickly. They may start to rely on the instructor providing the answers instead of searching for it themselves. The point is to find an effective amount of time to provide feedback to students based on the type of assessments in your course. If the assessments don't scaffold, maybe give the entire next week to provide feedback and grade. If the assessments build off of each other, try to send feedback midweek so students have time to apply it. Basically, if improvements need to be made, the sooner students find out about it, the sooner they can correct the problem. There are many avenues to provide quick feedback in Blackboard. As you read through a student's assignment submission, write down feedback in the comment box, which once submitted will automatically show in the Grade Center. This also saves you time by not having to go back through to think of feedback. If you're grading and noticing a pattern between several students, provide timely general feedback by sending out a course announcement addressing certain points that students should be aware of. Speedy feedback can also be delivered through the utilization of rubrics. Not only can you type in more specific comments for students, you can easily click through the appropriate grade boxes and simply submit for students to review.
Thanks, Kaylin. Comedian Lily Tomlin once said, "I wanted to be someone. Now I realize I should have been more specific." That quote gets to the heart of our next solution. General feedback is useful, but specific feedback is motivating. According to a 2001 publication by Mark Prensky, the average college student has spent over 10,000 hours playing video games. This is the quintessential number of hours frequently cited as necessary to fully master a sport, musical instrument, or area of professional expertise. Prensky further infers that this statistic is attributed to the intrinsic stream of feedback video games natively provide. Being specific is the key. Prensky says, the art of providing feedback in a game is extremely important and complex because either too little or too much can lead quickly to frustration for the player. This leads to another important characteristic of video games. In particular, they're adaptive. This means that the level of difficulty goes up or down automatically depending on what you do. This is the way these games keep players in the flow state. The same model can be adapted to keep online education in the flow state. Blackboard has a host of tools that accompany every assessment method to encourage specific feedback. Assignment documents can be marked up with inline grading. Standardized tests and quizzes can be populated with specific feedback depending on which answer is selected. Discussions, blogs, wikis, and journals can benefit from a well-designed rubric complemented by the notes field for additional personalized feedback. All these tools act as adaptive features to keep students in the flow. Would the incomparable Luke Skywalker have become the Jedi Knight who saved the Republic from the evil Empire without Yoda providing specific feedback during his various and diverse training exercises that eventually motivated him to discover his true identity? Not a chance. He'd probably have ended up lightsaberless, married to his sister.
Yikes! I'm glad Yoda helped Luke out. This leaves our third solution to providing quality feedback online as keeping it personal. Studies have shown since the late 1930s that feedback is central to learning and improving performance. If a student isn't receiving personalized feedback for their specific submission, there is no point to providing the feedback as it's not helping to improve student learning in any way. As someone with experience taking online courses, I can say from firsthand experience, students know when an instructor is copy-pasting universal feedback or are typing in general comments without addressing certain items in a specific student's assignment, or even addressing us by our names. We didn't compare feedback or grades, it was just obvious the instructors weren't taking time to provide the feedback we, as students, crave. This type of general feedback can make students feel less appreciated, and they may not put as much effort into the course as they would if they felt that the instructor was putting that effort in as well. A simple solution is to find one thing positive or constructive in each student's assignment as you are reading it over, and use that as your feedback to add into your general comments. This type of interaction can create a positive learning and collaborative community in your course. I would like to point out that this is different from episode 1 of this season when we discussed immediate, non-specific feedback for practice exercises. Summative assessments deserve timely, specific, and personal feedback to help guide students in their meeting of course objectives and competencies.
So as a quick recap, timely, specific, and personal feedback is imperative to student success. And while crafting feedback that meets all three criteria can seem overwhelming, Blackboard offers several tools that can make the task a little less cumbersome. Using well-written, interactive rubrics can make grading lengthy assessments much faster, and using well-timed course announcements to address common mistakes can save you the time of providing the same advice to several students individually. You can easily make your feedback specific by using the inline grading markup tool for written assignments, as well as pre-populated feedback built into your tests and quizzes. Finally, you can personalize your feedback simply by addressing your students by name and finding one unique comment or critique of their work to let them know you know who they are and care about their individual progress.
What's Your Problem wants to hear from you. If you have an idea you'd like us to discuss in a future episode, or if you just want to drop us a line, send us an email, or follow us on Twitter.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
What's your problem? What's your problem? I don't get what your problem is.
Welcome to Schoolcraft. Welcome to college.